Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days. For today's second video, day 10 will take us to the 18th of May. We'll be able to extend out beyond that with the CFS ECM ensembles. Maybe I'll try a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. Gets us into the beginning of June, and I shall get time back for you in a moment. Just say that first, a video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. Please check out all of today's videos and content. Well, that one and this one. Like, share and subscribe on all of those videos, and thank you so much everybody for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. So you're having a lovely Wednesday, by the way. Nice weather today. Do get out and enjoy it. That's the sunshine. And feeling warm as well. Right, okay, so central temperature is now sitting at 12.6. That's 1.5 degrees above 61 to 1990 average. That is provisional to yesterday, to the 7th of May. That will carry on rising, probably reaching the 13s, I would have thought, quite shortly. And the reason why is here. These were GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. On at Bristol today, the red line is above 30-year upper air temperature average for Bristol. And you can see the upper air temperatures are on the up. So the next 3, 4, 5 days going to become increasingly warm. By the weekend, we're seeing temperatures potentially going into the mid-20s Celsius. There is quite a substantial drop in those upper air temperatures taking place by the beginning of next week, becoming cooler by then. And then as we go through the third week of May, just generally hovering around to a little bit above average. Precipitation-wise, so not completely dry over the next few days, but largely dry, has to be said, up to the weekend. Then weather breaking over the weekend, really at the end of the weekend and start of next week, turns significantly more unsettled. And it looks like it's staying unsettled then through the third week of May also. Temperature anomalies from the 8th to the 16th of May, a little bit above average, about an average week to come. And precipitation anomalies from the 8th to 16th of May are beginning to go more unsettled again, actually. So starting to turn wetter than average once more in the northern half of the country. Related from that from Earth, nullschool.net shows that we're drawing in more of a southerly type flow around an area of high pressure today. And so that's the reason. So sorry, buddy, that's the reason temperatures are lifting up. And it is becoming not only drier, but also warmer as well. And that will continue through the next few days. So that brings us very nicely to the chart data. With our latest UK Met Euro run. We're looking midnight on Saturday. High pressure over to the east country, mostly dry and warm into the weekend. But by the beginning of next week, high pressure is slipping away into Eastern Europe. Low pressure is developing in the Atlantic. So Sunday into Monday, that's the changeover back to more unsettled conditions. Could involve a funky breakdown. And by Tuesday, which is midnight Tuesday, looking really unsettled actually. With quite a substantial and significant area of low pressure just to the west country. That could bring quite a bit of wet and windy weather in with it. And then the low pressure stays in control through to the middle of next week, moving up to the west of Scotland. So after a dry and warm week this week, next week we're back to cooler and wetter conditions again. Icon looking like this with the high pressure reaching through the country on Saturday, gradually slipping a little bit into Sunday, but still largely dry and warm, I think, on Sunday. But by the beginning of next week, then it turns more unsettled with this low developing to the southwest. That could bring a bit of a funky breakdown and outbreaks of rain gradually spreading north to east across the country. So by the middle of next week, it starts to get to, with Icon, a distinctly unsettled look to the weather. We can't show the KMA today, but we will show you the Australian model. So once more, we've got high pressure through the country on Saturday, gradually starts to slip into Sunday. By Monday, low pressure developing out to west of the country, so much more unsettled then. And into the middle of next week, low pressure remains in the ascendancy, particularly for England and Wales actually, with spells of rain likely. Back to high pressure though by the end of the Australian run, so we start to see the Azores high begin to reach back in again there. And then we go through to the GFS midnight run, which again looks anti-cyclonic for Saturday, mostly dry and warm, beginning to wobble a little bit though into Sunday, and by Monday, low pressure's out to West Country, turning much more unsettled for the early part of next week. This low could bring spells of rain, perhaps after an initial thundery breakdown, and then into the middle next week, where the low pressure kind of slips away to the south as high pressure begins to build to the north. So we end up, well, don't end up, but by day 10, we've got high pressure, though, Scandinavia, low pressure down to Biscay, winds coming in from the east, that can bring some wet weather into southern parts of the country. Beyond day 10, high pressure to the north, low pressure to the south, that brings the most unsettled condition to more southern parts of the country. As we get to the end of the GFS midnight run, just a bit of a hint that the Azores high trying to build back up from the southwest again. Rather changeable GFS run from Monday onwards. So the GFS 6 is looking. So again, the high pressure in control for Saturday. It moves away as you go through Sunday into Monday with low pressure deepening in the Atlantic, bringing wet and windy weather sweeping in with it. Through to the middle of next week, well, unsettled, showery at the very least under that trough of low pressure. High pressure tries to get back in by around day 9-10, but doesn't really succeed in doing so. Stays pretty unsettled really up to day 10 there, with further spells of rain likely. We do see another build of pressure though at the end of a GFS 6Z run, and a large Scandinavian high takes over as we go through the third week of May. That really is a proper old Scandi. Imagine if we got that in January. Wow. But it's not January, it's May. So that's going to bring relatively warm air in from the east. And of course, it is turning drier as well. By the end of the GFS 6Z run, low pressure trying to get back up from the south. So another spell of high pressure there through the third week of May. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe. But sure, if you're on board doing that, why don't drop a comment to know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. So everybody for doing that. We need to put around 40 subscribers to get ourselves to 18.2k. So if you could give us a sub and tell your friends and family to subscribe, that would be incredible. It would be amazing. And we will thank you so very much, Lee, for doing that. Thank you so much, everyone. Right, okay, GM, once more with high pressure in the ascendancy for Saturday. Lots of dry and fine weather. Sunday through to Monday brings lower pressure in from the Atlantic. That could involve a thundery breakdown initially. Then we're just in spells of ramping, rotating around this area of low pressure. So sorry, buddy. As we go through the second half next week, when low pressure slips away to the south, high pressure reaching in from the Atlantic. By day 10, we're looking like that. High pressure pulling back out to the west, possibly trying to bring down a little bit of a northwesterly. And then the east rounding it all off with high pressure in control for Saturday. Beginning to slip a little bit on Sunday, but it's really Monday, but low pressure takes over. Much more unsettled through the early part of next week, with further spells of rain to come. And keeping it unsettled then through to the middle of next week, with low pressure rain in control of weather up to day 10. The very low towards a trough of low, so remaining showery at the very least. So this is the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from tometeo.com. We've got showing rain in the north over the next couple of days, but also a lot of dry weather in many areas, about lasting into the weekend as well. By the end of Sunday, some thundery showers, though, begin to break out in the far south and southwest, and those showers and downpours getting more widespread through into Monday, and then through next week, where we've got showers and or longer spells of rain coming and going. Some very heavy rain coming in from the east there by day 10, but that's a long way off, of course, so not sure about that. These are the upside table within the ECM Ensemble today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 18th of May. 13 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure through the UK and France, so that's looking rather showery. And we've got 11 with low pressure over France, high pressure reaching in the Atlantic, again a little bit showery of that. We've got 10 with low pressure to the south, high pressure to the north. That brings the wettest weather into more southern parts of the country. We've got 9 again with low pressure to the south. That brings the wettest weather into southern areas. And then we've got 8 with low pressure, well, a trough of low over the country. Most of the options involving some sort of trough there around day 10, looking a little bit unsettled. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we got. and it gets us to the 23rd of May. 20 members of the ECM ensembles bring high pressure back by then, mostly dry and potentially quite warmish with that. We've got 17 with low pressure to the north, high pressure is to the south, looking a little bit westerly and showery with that one, and then we've got 14 with a ridge of the country. That should be mostly dry, but yeah, mostly dry with that. Could be a little bit on the cool side, I suppose, wind coming in from the northeast, but the majority option, if you put the 20 together here with 14 here, seems to be more anticyclonic again by 23rd of May, interestingly. CFS V2 finally beats a 500 millibar height on to break down into a weekly period. So first week period will take us from the 8th to the 14th of May. The next week we'll have high pressure ridging up from the southwest to the north. It should be mostly dry in the coming days and warm as well. But week 2 sees a change. It's the 15th, 21st of May with low pressure to the south and southwest. That's turning more unsettled and bring wettest weather into the south and west. Should be quite warm with that. Week 3 will be the 22nd, 28th of May. Low pressure to the west. High pressure is to the east. Winds coming up from the south. And then lastly, week 4 is going to be the 29th of May. Come on, highlighter, come on. It's going to be the 29th of May to the 4th of June with high pressure to the east, trough of low pressure weakening in the Atlantic. That should or could be very warm, maybe even hot there. Hot start to June. Whoa, whoa. That'd be exciting. I don't know. Long way off, though. Anyway, we're done. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. Want to drop a comment, let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. Don't forget to share friends about GavsWeatherVids. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. Just tell what's happening tomorrow. Gonna have 6 AM UK weather forecast, the European outlook, and we'll be attending 14 day out as well. So keep checking back to the channel for more. For this one though, that's all for now. That's all for now. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. And bye for now.